So this is a template that is normally used to enable a browser. And that the browser will then do the JavaScript interaction with the server that we're interested in this case, AutoScout24. So here's a copyright of me in November 2 years ago. So we are already using this template for a couple of years now. This code template one set up Selenium with Scrapy, within Scrapy, pushes an initial button that is needed, for example, with regard to cookies. Yeah, that's another common use case. So sometimes, this is not the case for AutoScout24, but sometimes you can have websites that require you to push a button before you can do some scraping. So that's then in these cases you also need this template. So code should be adapted to a concrete prototype that's being developed. Time.sleeps can be commented after some testing. Here's a web page actually where I can refer to for further information with regard to Selenium. Yeah, Selenium is a Python package that is used by many people. So let's open it. So maybe some of you already seeing the YouTube videos in the book, in the body of knowledge. So the Scrapy YouTube videos, they're also much liked normally. There they do not use Selenium, but use a variant which is called how was it called? Does somebody remember? It's called well, the name is in the grading template, how it's called. It's so there they use another template and with some instructions video how to include it. Splash, yeah, thanks. Yeah. So here you can read about it. So it's not something that we made ourselves. We're just using Python packages that are common used by the data science community in scraping. Okay, so and then the code. So now let's try to integrate it. So we have like a parse. We already have a parse, of course. So what you need is so we can now just copy paste a little bit. So first you need to copy these two lines of code, so line 3 and 4, and copy them to our auto scout spider. Yeah, so that so because the Python now needs to use this Selenium package and then specifically import WebDriver. So WebDriver is a Python object, and that is defined by the Selenium community. That's the object that we need for the Python code. And time is another standard Python package. Yeah, that's used for timing software. Okay, then next thing to copy is the class. We already have it, the name and allow domains and start URLs. We have it as well. However, this you have to copy. Initialize the WebDriver that needs to run when you use Selenium. And then copy the get Selenium response in one go. I did not copy. I have to copy it into the class. Sorry. So I will copy it here. Yeah. So now we have an Yeah, so every class in Python has every class in Python has like a method that once the class is kicking off, starting, it will call this method diff init, which is called init. So this is if you want to do something when you kick off a Python class, then you normally put it in the init in this method. In this case, the method also has an argument, which is the self. So yeah, self referring to this class actually. So you can also make a init without self as an argument, or include other arguments. So, but this one is supposed to work, I guess. Then in it, you say in the startup, you say I want to make a driver which will be Chrome. So in this case, we will use the Chrome as a browser. The Chrome is variable, so if you are really a fan of another browser, you can also do the same thing for Mozilla, for Firefox, or for Windows browsers. So, but Chrome normally works fine. So normally I use Chrome. And then you specify implicitly wait. Wait maximally 10 seconds with the reference here. Yeah, so of course you have the Python running on your laptop, and then you're saying to the Python software to start up a browser. So the browser will start automatically. So yeah, in order for that the browser works fine, just be on the safe side, and you say, wait 10 seconds, and then you can assume that after 10 seconds that the browser will work more or less fine. So this is one way of waiting in Selenium. So as you can imagine, when you are browsing automatically, if you go click very quickly, so without waiting, then then you can simulate behavior that is not realistic anymore. And then the web server on the other side will encounter that you are a bot, because no human being can click so fast. So that's why waiting is very important in Selenium. So implicitly wait is here the command. In some cases, when the implicitly wait in Selenium is a little bit of a hassle, you can also use the time function and the sleep function in this Python package, time. So then you just say sleep for 10 seconds. Yeah, because the waiting in Selenium can be a little bit of a hassle, because there are different wait commands that can be executed, and sometimes it does not do what you wanted, or at least it does not feels quite nice. So then you can just use the timers from Python package. Okay. So what you also need to do, we need a Chrome driver binary in the path. So this is but we'll come to line 18 and 19 later. So since we will use Chrome, we will need so we also need the Chrome binary in the scraping path. Okay. Yeah, then there's another procedure, get Selenium response. So with two arguments, self and URL. So line 27 says that you want to get the URL, but now you're getting it via the browser, so via Chrome browser. And then you can wait again 5 seconds. So after executing line 7, you'll see that in the Chrome browser, the URL that you specify will be loaded. Now and then here in from line 32 to line 38, you will see that
NL Alert 6 december 2021, 12
oh.
uur middags. Testbericht. De overheid waarschuwt je tijdens noodsituaties via NL Alert. Je leest dan wat je moet doen en waar je meer informatie kan vinden. Kijk op www.nl/alert.nl/testmessage Netherlands government warning.
It's 12 o'clock, of course.
More information www.nl/alert.nl/English.
So no, that's also, so we are still on planet Earth. That's good. And then so here now in this example, so shall I continue or do we break first? So here in the code, so here in the code of the get selenium response, you see now that somebody wants to click a Python button. Yeah, in this case, in our case, we are not going to click the button, of course, for Auto Scout 24. So in Selenium, you can also find HTML elements by XPath. Yeah, so here, for example, we have an example that an HTML element is selected based on the ID of the element. So this, of course, is just an example from another web page. Most common application of Selenium is that you want to click a button on a page, but this is not the case for Auto Track 24. Okay, so now let's try to include it in the. Now we have to include the Selenium code in the parse. So if we go back to the example again. Oh. So yeah, here's the template. So what we normally have is this. We have to now copy this. Okay, and that we copy into the parse method. Yeah, so in the parse you can now use Selenium to scrape. So, but now you say you define the URL. So the URL is going to be the response URL. So the response URL, that is the one that is used in as the response is the argument that is used on the parse method. So normally in the response you have normally the parse method in Scrapy is called with the URL that you are interested in. So in this case you can just pass the response.url to URL. So URL is a local variable that you just define here in line 47. And then you can use that URL as argument to call the get Selenium response. Okay, and then the method get Selenium response returns a selector actually to if I'm not mistaken, so get Selenium response. So here, if you look at get Selenium response, it returns an UTF-8 encoding of the page in line 48 and 41. So that's picked up here in line 48. And then here, selector is of course a Scrapy term. So the selector will so that it's integrated well into Scrapy. You need here to find this selector. So in this case, we just want to scrape to crawl to this beast. So if we just copy this in, let's suppose that we are gonna scrape here in the get selenium response. Self driver find. Now, of course, this Python button clicking is not required in this case, so we can just comment it out so that it will not work. What we want to do, we want to scrape this one, so we put this here in the try. With some empty line in order for the clarity and the readability of the code. Then indent a little bit, because otherwise Python will not understand. By the way, note that here you have a try except Python statement, which is quite handy. So normally you will get some syntax error, for example, here in this code. Or you can get some error back of Selenium that, for example, the button does not exist anymore, or in this case the output does not find output. So imagine if you have a scraper that is already running for days, and then it is blocking the output with an error. That would be a pity. So then you can use a try block. And in case that there is an error, then it will still pass here with line 4132. So that's the try except clauses are very handy for robustly making some Python coding. Now let's go back to here to see. By the way, I'm messing it a little bit up. So if you look here in the template Selenium, you see that there is already here just an XPath selector. So we just have to use this one. So we copy that one, go to the file again, copy it here. Call the variable next page, for example. No, so this is not within a yield yet, of course. So we just put it like this. We can just, so in the parse, we can just call the Selenium response. So here I messed up a little bit. I mean, here I messed up a little bit. So in this case, we do not need all this. We can just block it out. Yeah, in case that you want to push a button, for example, you can use this text, but it's not needed now, of course. So maybe it's sorry a little bit, but I will just block this. So that's not needed now, that code. Yeah, so in the get Selenium response, we're just calling calling the browser with an URL and then sleep for 5 seconds, and then we return the output to Scrapy in UTF-8 formatting. Then Scrapy gets it here in Selenium response. So this can move actually to here. Yeah, can also leave it here. So Selenium response has the page now in the browser, and down here we say we're not using this XPath selector in Scrapy, but we use it now in the Selenium browser. So then we have to copy this content. Yeah, to this one. Any questions about this, or a bit hooky spooky? Now we can try to run, yeah, but it's fun when we start running it. Then we first have to include the browser, so then it becomes more concrete. So now let's try to run it, and then yeah, it will not work because it's still missing the browser, for example. So let's exit this one. Scrapy hopefully still works. A little bit traumatized because of last week. Scrapy crawl example. Then it will crash expectedly. Yeah, because what is the warning? No model named found. Selenium. We also have to install Selenium in the Python environment, in the virtual environment. So we can either do it from Conda Shell or from interactively from Navigator. Now maybe on Monday it's better to try the Navigator, to do it interactively in the environments. Then we have to go to Auto Scout. So if you look at the virtual environment now, we see that Python is, oh, there's a message also in the chat. Oh, they're expecting smileys, of course. Oh, that's always good to see some smiling faces, right? So we have Python, now Scrapy, but not Selenium yet. So if you now go to all, and then Selenium. It finds many packages, but normally I pick this one, Python bindings for the Selenium WebDriver for automating web browser interaction. Yeah, so that is a summary, in summary, what we are doing now, in case that you did not realize. Yeah, so we're now automating web browser interaction. Yeah, there are also websites for people that, yeah, for businesses that will ask scrapers to scrape web pages. So normally it's a good job also to do to earn some money with. Yeah. So if you are able to do this, then yeah, there's a whole community of developers that scrapes for businesses, of course. So then we just apply. It will install 6 packages. Oh, I'm not starting the video. So now we should get a different warning if we execute scraping. Do you have the same, guys, or not? So now we get a different warning. Actually, we get a pop-up. So now Selenium Python package wants to start this the firewall. So and then you have to give permission to. So now it is a suspicious activity on your laptop because Python is trying to communicate to the outside world. Nevertheless, we know that it's safe because we are making it ourselves. So in this case, you can just say allow it. So I want Python also to communicate on private networks. Yeah. Actually, for example, if you're scraping from home, then that's convenient to click on, right? Because otherwise it doesn't work probably. So now toegang toestaan means enable access. Do you also get this firewall on your laptop? Firewall pop-up on your laptop? Yeah, so now the firewall knows that there is some spooky software on your laptop that is accessing the internet. Let's try to execute again. Yeah, so now what is missing is that we need the home driver. Needs to be in the path. So if we do it there now, it's not here, of course, not yet. So if you go to, we have to download home driver from the internet. Normally it's safe to just take the latest. So in this case, I will take this one. It is a zip actually. So in my case, I'm on a Windows machine. So, but if you are on a Mac, you have to select one of these two above it. And if you're on a Linux system, nobody's on Linux, I guess, but it can be the case as well, of course. So Linux, Mac, and Windows are the most probable platforms. So it will download the zip to your laptop. Then we have to move it, so show in folder. So it's most convenient to Control X, I mean. So Control X, then you gonna move it to the folder you're working in, which is the tutorial folder in Autoscale 24. So now you have copied it there, and now we want to unzip it. Yeah, and then it made the folder here. So now the home driver is here, but you have to bring it one level up. So Control X, and then one directory up, so that it's in the tutorial folder. So yeah, so now you see toepassing in Dutch, so executable in English in the correct folder, and the executable is called home driver. So that is exactly what is he saying, what Python scraping is complaining that he cannot find it. Okay. Yeah, you can also, so now it's copied in the local scraping directory. You can also copy it to another directory in your laptop, of course, and then specify where it is in the path. But that needs some extra, development. You need to specify then the path in the laptop variable, and if you do it like this, that's not needed. Right, so try again. Oh. So now you saw that it very quickly opened up a browser. You did not even see that it was a browser, but the window opened very quickly. And then it's complaining about something. So let's see what it's complaining about. Oh. Unhandled error in deferred. So in example.py line 22. Here I see a message, session not created. This version of Chrome driver only supports Chrome version 97. Current browser version is 96. So I got the wrong Chrome driver from the internet. So my laptop is not doing 97 yet. So I have to get 96. Do you get the same on your laptops or? So let's get 96. So that is just a different download. So get this one, get the zip. Then repeat just these steps. Control X. Delete the other stuff. And then we can try again. Now the browser, it stays open for more time. And then what do we see in the log? Still getting some error. Yeah, but now the browser, it even survived. However, we note, for example, that the web page that we wanted to load never was loaded by the web browser. There is some spooky data in the title of the web browser. That's strange as well. So we have the web browser, but it's not yet operating quite fine. So we have to insist a little bit to make it workable. It's complaining about line 53. Selector is not defined. Okay. So this selector is not being defined by, so if you go to the template, then that's why probably there's this line in the template. You have to define the Scrapy selector. Actually, you have to import it then. So do Control copy and go to the top. Yeah, this is some serious hacking involved, as you can see, right? No, this is just an easy fix to just copy the selector from template to then try again. Now it loads actually the page. It loads the page, but there's no information at the bottom, as you can see. That's strange. So the top looks a little bit different than we're used to.
Isn't that because you are using the save HTML file?
Sure. I did not. Yeah, that's the reason. Yeah, I did not change it yet. Yeah, so that's exactly what's happening. So that's logical why I don't have the thing here. Yeah, good point, Dan. Yeah, so that's so it's getting better, but indeed the start URL is not as how it should be. So last week we used that option of browsing locally, which can be handy if you just want to develop some selectors. So if you do it like that, oh, now it's staying in red. Because there's a square here already, right? So try again. Yeah, so this is then the 10 seconds that we wait in the stop. So if you do this time after time, it can be a little bit annoying, of course. We don't want to wait every time 10 seconds when you run it. But for now, it's not so bad yet. Oh, so now we get, for example, a cookie interaction on the website. Oh, and it closed. So if you look at the output now, there are no errors anymore. At the top, we see that the BMW diesel already was scraped, so that's good. Oh. Yeah, so it will logically scrape all the same selectors from Scrapey. That already the scrapers that the selectors that were already working via Scrapey are now still working, but now via the browser that we have that we are running locally. But there's no signal that the crawler is working yet. Yeah, I mean the crawler to the next page. So let's simplify the spider a little bit. Oh, this. So if we move this, we can comment this a little bit for a while, of course. Or you can also in Python say, nou, doe dit maar even niet. Don't do this for a moment. If false, ja, dan gaat hij het ook, he's not able to do it. Dan gaat hij het even niet doen. So now he's not going to process this, I guess. And he only will process this one. And let's see if that was the goal in the end, to make this working, of course. So let's try to run it now. Checking Bluetooth. Er is een URL output there. So here the output is crawled 0 pages, scraped 0 items. So in this case, In this case, you see no errors, so that did not change. A response count 1, request count 1, so 1 page was scraped. In the output, you see here 0 pages have been crawled and 0 pages have been scraped at this moment in Scrapy. So, but if you do a scrape for many hours, then the number of pages crawled and scraped will change, of course, normally if you have a spider working. Yeah, so this info message, it pops up now and then in Scrapy. What do we see then? It crawls to the AutoScout 24 page. Selenium makes also debugging messages and puts them out to the standard output, to shell in this case, because we did not direct it to log file yet. You see this URL is the same as this one. So I'm looking for where is the output of our page of our anchor that we are interested in. Do not see it yet. So let's see in the code. Maybe make a print here to see where we are in the log file. So print. So now it's going to print syntax, and then it's more easy to see where is the output. Actually, it's not outputting now, of course, the variable that we are scraping, right? So we can also put this one in a yield, which will be more easy. So if you put this one in a yield, then Scrapy will log the output for us, which will be more convenient. Oh, it did not find, I was making an error. Yeah, I was also looking, where is syntax, but I did not see it yet. Isn't he there? I'm also getting an error now. Line 72 in example. So I made an error there, but the syntax is there. I made just a dumb error then in the yield probably. Let's go back to the Selenium template. I did not include a label for the dictionary in this case. So then Scrapy spits me out, of course. Right? So in a yield, you basically have a dictionary, and you need the label and then the value that is being scraped. So the disadvantage of Selenium is that it's much slower compared to Scrapy. So you only have to use it when you really need a JavaScript interaction. because because if you have to do this browser simulation, then it will be much slower to scrape, because the scraping, all the browser interaction is at a human pace, of course, and not at a robotic pace. Now it's making the next page. However, it's still empty. So that's a pity, right? But still empty. So we have to change a little bit the selector. So that will be now the next step to change the selector, make it more simple. Just copy this one. So let's make a simplified selector. So we want an anchor with text that includes go to next page. So maybe we can get rid of this. Yeah, because if the HTML hierarchy in the web page does not match what is written here, then the result will be empty, I suppose. So now this is a simplified selector. I'm not sure if you can now use Scrapy Shell actually to test the selector. Probably not. No, also empty. So there's something wrong with the selector yet. So that's really a naughty selector, right? So normally you can now invest some time in getting the selector working. So we now have ruled out that the JavaScript is a problem, because the JavaScript is being enabled by the browser that we are emulating on the laptop, of course. I'm looking at the time as well. 12 minutes left. Any questions? So yes, PG.
Maybe a little bit, but what have we been trying to do? I've been seeing a lot of codes changing, but what are we? I've seen a pop-up open for AutoScout 24, but I'm uncertain what we've been trying to figure out.
I'm
lost.
You're missing the bigger picture. Thanks for mentioning. Yeah. So this module we want to scrape websites.
Yeah.
So last week we scraped this AutoScout as an example, right? So there are many websites to scrape. The first variables that we were scraping were fine. So that was this title and subtitle of cars we could scrape, and we had a success there. But we could not get that success for scraping to the next page. So if you go to the AutoScout, so normally in scraping you want to access all variables that are of your interest. So in this case, maybe a business analyst wants to get the titles of the cars, and then later on he wants to get the price. However, he also wants to make the data set complete. So for him, it's not enough to have only the cars on this page, but he wants to get all the cars on all the pages. So as you can see, there are many pages here. So you want to go scroll, browse to the next page. So, and that selector, we did not make it work last week. And then we found out in the second lesson, probably there's some JavaScript interaction there. So if there is JavaScript interaction, then you need this Selenium Python template, and then you can make it work. So it can be the case that your selector is crappy, is wrong, but it can also be the case that the JavaScript interaction is missing. So also for web pages, that you have to push a button first, then you would need the JavaScript interaction. So sometimes you need that plugin. It's like a Python package that you have to use apply extra in order to make it work. So what we are doing is to get the data set as complete for the stakeholder. In this case, is the example of AutoScout, but you can have the same problems for Funda as well, of course. So that so hopefully that helps a little bit. Yeah. Thanks, PJ, for the question. Yeah. Other questions, Tariq?
Yeah. Are you already able to use the bright Illuminati for like the VPN thing to not be blocked by the?
No, not yet. But so I already shared the template with you. Okay. It's on Brightspace. Yeah. So it has a similar template as this one. So in order to set it up, I have to run through it as well. But I also have to plug in your HVA emails to the Illuminati. So I can do that after the lesson now, for example, and then we continue tomorrow, and so to make that operatable as well. And then, hopefully everybody of you has some time to for the Illuminati, and then check out the product, and then make some nice questions also for Wednesday, for example.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So that will be the main objective also this week to set up the Illuminati. And other